All right, and that recognizes 9 Yankee 4 Delta Alpha Alpha. David, how you doing, my friend? It's been a while since I talked to you. We got a little topic this week if you want to chime in on it. It's what digital modes have you used, whether it be DMR, M17, D-Star, whatever ones that you've used, and which ones do you prefer? Go ahead.
Well, Scott, nice to hear you. It's been a little while. I haven't checked in on the net, but glad to hear you. I had to say Happy New Year to you and your family and all on the net. Well, normally I use DMR. Sometimes I use M17, and you could say mostly all the digital mode. I go up off and on and call guys and make check with them and see how things going over.
Yeah, okay, David. Thanks for participating. What have you been up to lately? You've been anything doing with ham radio? Because we haven't spoken to you for quite a while. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's got these days things a little slow, but otherwise I'm trying to get back my HF back up and running. Um, Hopefully the guys supposed to finish it by maybe next week. If not, well, I had to wait a little longer. But otherwise, all is good. Nice to hear you here. And so far, DMR is going all right, you know. Just 91 is the main talk group, and everybody does want to make contact on 91. Over.
Yeah, okay, David. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check in. It's great to hear from you again. Hopefully we'll hear you again more often now. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and thanks for participating with a question. All righty, we'll move along. Is there anybody else who wants to get checked in early? We got time for a few more check-ins for early check-ins. Go ahead. Please come now with your call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. All right, nobody else. But sorry about that. Nobody else wants to get checked in early. The repeater, my local repeater here just got dropped out and connected back in. I connected it back in, so I don't know if there's anybody off of there that wants to get checked in early. Please come now.
Kilo, Charlie, 1, Sierra, November, Oscar, Paul and Brandon.
That recognizes KC1SNO. Paul, this is Scott. How you doing today?
Doing well, Scott. Kind of riding out the storm. Kind of miserable weather. But I just have to live with it, I guess. This winter's longer than I would like, but it's certainly not going to stop on my account. And so just kind of hanging in the house and riding it out. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, okay, Paul. I know what you mean by riding it out. It seems like it's longer than normal, but we've been spoiled the last few years with these little bit probably shorter winters. I mean, last year wasn't bad until March. We got a couple of storms, and then after that it was good. But we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled with these past few winters. I don't know if you heard the question because the repeater might not have been connected in. I had it connected in, and it dropped back out, but now it's back in. But anyways, the question was, what digital modes have you used? Have you used worked with DMR or D-Star or System Fusion or P25, N17? Have you worked with any of those, Paul?
Yeah, Scott, I've worked with DMR and I've worked Fusion through the Yaesu service, and those are the two that I've used. And don't use them all that much, but I have used them, and they seem to work well. And seems like there's more people on DMR than there is on the Fusion anyway. At least that's what my observation is. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, okay, Paul. I tend to agree with you. There's a lot of use on the DMR side of stuff. There's repeaters throughout the state and stuff too, so that makes a huge difference also. But all right, Paul. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check in. Stay warm, stay safe up there. I know it's not a very good day. I'll send it back to you for one more.
Well, 73 to everyone, Scott, and spring is coming sometime, and so all we can do is hang on and wait it out. I'm sure it'll be a nice summer when it finally gets here. So 73s to all, and KC1SNO back to net.
Okay, Paul. You have a great day. Hope to hear you again next week. You're usually here every week, so it's good to hear you again. Take care and try to tough out the winter. It won't be long now, middle of February. Hopefully it'll go by pretty quick. All right, everybody, we're going to get started. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey, W1SBW, net control for this session of the Worldwide RAG 2 Amateur Radio Net. Name here is Scott, Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango, and I'm located in the Green Mountain state of Vermont. There are multiple bridges, nodes, and methods in place to accommodate access to this net. Please join our Facebook page, Worldwide RAG 2 Amateur Radio Network, where all the details are provided and how to connect in to the net. I'm going to drop this net. This is a directed net, and emergency traffic always takes priority. If at any time during the net you have emergency traffic, please call break to the net control, and your emergency traffic will be handled immediately. The purpose of this net is to handle traffic, to share amateur radio information, provide technical assistance, topics which may include digital radio, HF, or whatever the group wants to discuss. All licensed radio operators are encouraged to check in. You do not need a topic of discussion to check in, but any comments on a topic would be greatly appreciated. All questions to the net will be addressed accordingly. Please be respectful when asking or responding to questions on the net. I'm going to let it drop. All right, this week's question was, and you probably heard with the first two early check-ins we had with Paul and David, is what digital modes have you used? DMR, D-Star, Fusion, N17, P25, NXDN. Just curious of what people have used, what they like, and what their experiences are. So with that being said, we'll start taking check-ins. Please come now to call sign, twice, slowly, phonetically, and your place and name, place and location.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Yankee. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Yankee. Kevin in Toronto.
Whiskey 1 Alpha Delta Whiskey 1 Alpha Delta, Northern Nevada, U.S.
All right, net recognizes VA3KKY Kevin in Toronto, and Frank, W1AD in Nevada. We'll start with Kevin. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, not too bad. Hope everyone's doing great as well. It's a good Sunday here. It's just freezing. Piles of snow everywhere, and we are in the killer depths of a next storm that's supposed to be hitting us. Well, on and off, I've used different versions of like different ways of using Echolink, like, on various phones, various computers. And then way back when RLP was just getting off the ground, I used it sometimes. It had its fun and potentiality. Nowadays, I guess All Stars and Echolink. Most of it is just compatible with the things I use it for, and one thing I kind of like, a lot of nodes, for the most part, don't really change. The location changes sometimes, different working conditions, but for the most part, everyone that I've known, and especially on Echolink from the 2000s when I got on until now, a good number of them are mostly still there. I have a big list in my alarms, shortcuts, so I can reach them. And yeah, I got on Echolink probably about, say about '03, '04. And a big part of it was I had, well, I was working with different computers at the time, and I had just basically expressed an interest to maybe put IRLP or something like that in it. And then since I already had a good system, a good Windows system at the time, some people influenced me. They said, "Nah, don't do that. That thing is high maintenance and too much of a pain. Here, Echolink's really easy," and they showed me how to register. And in those days, there was like practically no registration with it, right? You just basically told them you were a ham almost. Now it's like, you got to scan your call sign and stuff. But it was really easy in the early years to just be registered, and that's what I did. I was also involved with a few like sort of peer-to-peer ones, right? Like there was EQSO, there was something else, CQ phone, well, the really old CQ phone. And so that was a lot of fun, right? They had shortwave listeners, SWLs, so like regular people that could access the software, and then hams and ham rooms and repeaters. So I had a lot of fun with that, and that's funny. Anyway, some of the hams that I've met or known on Echolink in the early 2000s, there's a few I can actually think of that are still there, and even more strange and miraculous is there's still a few that I know from like the 90s when I was licensed.
Yeah, okay, Kevin. Thanks for your participation. I don't know if you were done or not, but you timed out or dropped out. I'll send it back to you for one more time. VA3KKY from Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey. You still there, Kevin?
Yeah, I did my over. I reset a couple of times, and then I passed it back to you.
Okay, I think you dropped out before you're over, and I didn't quite catch it. But thank you for your participation. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great week. We'll talk to you again next week. All right, we'll move on to W1AD. Frank, go ahead, Frank. I think you've heard the question, but go ahead.
Good day to you, Scott, and good day to everyone on the net, and greetings from northern Nevada, where it's a little cloudy this morning, just about freezing mark, and it's supposed to be just maybe a little bit of a light storm today, nothing to worry about, not even maybe a drop of water on the ground here, and maybe a flake of snow up at Lake Tahoe, but other than that, we had a lot of snow earlier in the week up on the hill, up in the mountains, a couple feet, maybe 4 feet of snow at the higher elevations, but that's really good. They're really pleased with that because that's our water for the summer. So let's see here, nodes and digital and all that. I've worked FD8. I've worked, actually just DMR, of course, Yaesu Fusion. And of those three, my favorite is probably the Fusion. Sounds better than the DMR in my mind, but you know what? It's really flaky around here for some reason. I don't think the machines are maintained all that well, and as you know, everything has to connect to some kind of computer or audio card of some sort. Just trying out M17, and then the other, technically digital, like the packet radio is taking your FM and modulating it in a digital fashion with zeros and ones, and then same thing with WinLink. I'm using Barra FM on the WinLink which works really good for backup email. And then on the sideband side, on the HF, the VARA is on HF is sideband, and modulating that with a digital signal. I think that covers everything. So interesting all the way around. Some of the others that aren't really digital, like the IRLP and All-Star, really though you're going into those nodes with usually an FM signal. And by golly, those are always the better of those. Like this All-Star really sounds excellent when you start adding the other vocoders into them. And they are professional vocoders for the most part. That's part of the problem. So back to net control, W1AD.
Yeah, okay, Frank. Yeah, thanks for participating. Yeah, that's the email stuff. I did a little test. I don't know if you remember with you back and forth there, and I haven't used it since. I just got to find the time to work on it again. That's very interesting the way that works. But is D-Star pretty popular out there? Have you got?
Yeah, I should have mentioned D-Star. It's not really popular. I have one D-Star node that I can work from here, and actually I've never been able to figure out and make it work the way I wanted it to. And the big problem that I'm finding out here on the West Coast is there's not a lot of information about we have tons of repeaters everywhere. And other than the analog repeaters, there's not a lot of information. There's a really good system called CARLA, C-A-R-L-A, look it up. It covers all of California and up into this part of Nevada. And each node is, it's all analog. And each node has, or a repeater, if you will call it that, has an uplink to the system tone and then a local tone. Much like they've done, I think, up at the Moncton repeater site up in Vermont. So yeah, that works really good, and I listen to that occasionally as well. Back to net control, W1AD.
Okay, Frank, that's interesting. That's quite a lot of coverage for that system. I think you and I have spoke about that before. But anyways, you have a great day, great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Getting excited about next Saturday. Take that student of mine up and get him tested. He's doing very well, so we'll see how he does. I'll send it back to you for one more quick one.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that, and I will probably give you a holler in the next 48 hours or so. Anyway, I want to discuss something off here. So 7-3, and have a great day. W1AD.
Okay, Frank, 7-3. Talk to you soon. All right, that's the bottom of my list. Is there anybody else that wants to get checked into the Worldwide Radio Amateur Radio Network net? Please come down to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please.
This is KDT TNH. I'd like to check in
Papa
from Rainbow
Delta
Springs,
2
Florida.
Hotel Sierra Oscar. Papa Delta 2 Hotel Sierra Oscar from Holland. Good morning in your place. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm not sure, but we're almost at dinner time here. It's 17 hours and 15 minutes. Good afternoon. Back to net control.
All right, that station that just checked in, can you please come back with your call sign? We kind of doubled with somebody else. Please come back.
I'm sorry, that's the only disadvantage of cello. When you speak, you're nothing, so you're not sure if you're double. But the call sign is Papa Delta 2 Hotel Sierra Oscar. Again, Papa Delta 2 Hotel Sierra Oscar from Holland. Back to net control.
Okay, I believe I got it. It's Papa Delta 2 Hotel Sierra Oscar, and I think we got KD2 TNH, I believe. Is that right, Eric?
Yes, sir. KD2 TNH here in Rainbow Springs, Florida.
All right, Eric, we'll go with you, KD2TNH, because you were popped in first, and then the other you guys didn't hear each other, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. We got it figured out. I don't know if you heard the question, Eric, about have you used DMR or D-Star or Fusion or any of those digital things, and if you have, which one do you like better?
I'm coming in on Zello. No, I have not used any of those. I'm currently in Rainbow Springs, Florida, helping out my mom and visiting with my mom and dad. So thank you for the net, and I appreciate the check-in. KD2TNH out.
Okay, Eric, great to hear from you. I'm glad you took the time out of your day to check in. Hope everything's all good. We'll talk to you again real soon. Have a great day, great rest of your week. Hopefully it's warmer down there than it is back in New Jersey. Take care. All right, we're going to move back up to Papa Delta 2, Hotel Sierra Oscar. Go ahead, my friend.
Yes, good afternoon from Holland. The name is Hilco, Hotel India Lima Charlie Oscar. And the question of today from the net was if I'm using any digital modes. So I'm a lucky guy. I'm only 4.2 kilometers distance from a large television tower here that has several repeaters for Fusion, D-Star, DMR, and so on and so on. But I am only licensed since April last year, sorry. And I haven't used a DMR and Fusion. I tried it, but I'm mostly on HF, and the only digital modes I use are Zello. I'm very enthusiastic about Zello, so I use that all the time. Now I'm connecting through Zello mode radio through Zello. And I'm also using All-Star, and I use that on my phone with DV Switch. So it's I use that as mobile, and I'm using Echolink, but only to reach the repeaters. We have a small country here, but we are loaded with repeaters, but sometimes they're out of range. So I use Echolink to connect to the repeaters. And I'm not yet, I have already registered for DMR and D-Star and so on. But I don't use it now. Only the thing I use is a repeater, and that is modulated in C4 FM. So you could call that the Fusion repeater, but I'm not connected to the worldwide Fusion WireX. Okay. Too long story. Back to you, Scott, from Net Control. Thanks.
Wow, that sounds interesting with all those repeaters around. Some of them you can reach and some of them you can't. Quick question, this is the first time I think you've checked in with me. Is it the first time that you've checked into this net, my friend?
No, I'm not sure, but there was a large happening on New Year's Day. That all operators were available around 12 hours, and I checked in to that event for the first time. So I'm not sure if we spoke again, but I think it's the first time I check in with you, Scott. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. That was probably I think the Extended Freedom did the New Year's thing, and we were connected in for a little while to that. But this net is here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. I know you said it was getting near dinner time for you guys, but hopefully you can check in again. And it's very much appreciated that you took time out of your day to come and come and speak to us and share your digital experiences with us. I'll go back to you for one more.
It was an honor for me to get accepted to the net, and I will try to check in next time. It's big fun, especially from overseas. That's for you. I'm overseas, and you're overseas for me. And it's nice to speak to fellow amateur radios around the world. It's the worldwide amateur radio group, so I'm worldwide. Well, it's an honor, Scott. Thanks. Good luck to the net, and very nice Sunday wished to all the listeners and connectors. Bye-bye from Papa Delta 2 Hotel Cheryl Oscar Hilco from Holland. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, and hopefully we'll hear from you again next week. And enjoy your radio time and enjoy your dinner. All righty. That's the bottom of my list, so let's move on for any other check-ins to Worldwide Brag True Amateur Radio Network net. Please come now with your call sign, twice slowly and phonetically, and your location, please.
Kilo Charlie 4 Zulu Echo X-Ray, Kentucky. Name is Charles.
Okay, and that recognizes Charles, KC4ZEX. How you doing today, Charles?
Doing pretty good here today. Things are not in very good shape in my part of the country. We had a lot of rain yesterday. A lot of roads flooded out different places, and it changed over to snow real early this morning. We got about 2 inches of icy snow out there. A lot of places that the roads are impassable here in Kentucky. So I guess that's normal for this time of the year, but hopefully a couple of days things will begin to get straightened out. We're supposed to get some more snow the day after tomorrow, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Charles, we're getting the snow and the rain and the ice now. Hopefully we don't get too much ice. We don't need that accumulating on the trees and taking the power out and stuff. I don't know. Did you hear what the question of the week was, my friend?
No, I didn't. I just got on about 3 minutes ago.
Okay, the question was, what have you used for digital stuff like DMR, Fusion, M17, P25, things like that, D-Star, and if you have, which one do you like the best?
I have never used anything digital. I keep hearing about it, but digital doesn't really interest me that much. I did about 4 years ago. I bought a little one of those. It's a little 380 TYT handheld, and I got my digital ID and all that stuff, but I never could get nobody to help me with a code plug for it. And other than turn it on and charge it once in a while, it's never been used for anything.
Oh, that's too bad, Charles. That it's different, that's for sure. If you're not used to it, the code plugs can be tough sometimes if you're not used to doing that. It's not like programming a regular repeater in. They got a lot of different things in it. So I hear you, because when I first got mine, I got it programmed. I didn't want to touch it anymore, so I never touched it again. I mean, I use it, but I haven't gotten into the code plug and changed anything. I just left everything the way it is. It can be hard to get those running. Back to you.
All righty. Well, I finally got an HF rig and antenna up about 3 months ago. I've been running a lot of 10, 12, and 17 meters on sideband. Talked to the guy over in France about an hour ago. Conditions are good on 10 meters today, the last few days. Once in a while you'll have a little noise, but all three bands, 10, 12, and 17, have been good here lately. And I've made several contacts in all directions.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. What time of day are you usually on? Are you usually on HF, or does it matter? It just differs. Do you do it whenever you get a chance?
I can usually get on the air by around 10 or 10:30 a.m. in the morning, and usually I'm on there till say 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And once in a great while, I can get back on for a little bit around 4:30 or 5 in the evening. And like I said, I've had good luck here lately. I've talked to all over Europe several times. A couple of days ago, I talked to Vancouver, Canada, and I get up in the Northeast, up and around Maine from time to time. So it seems to be, and I'm just running a little old vertical antenna, running about 90 watts on a old TS 570. So it's doing well for me.
Well, that's very good. Very good. I'll be around. My radio is set up at the high school at this moment, nearby high school where I teach a amateur radio class. It's my radio down there. I got a whole setup. I got everything set up for the kids to use. So if I get time next week during the day, I'll listen at those times and see if I can hear you calling CQ. Do you usually call CQ, or do you just wait for somebody else calling and pop in, or how you do it?
I usually don't call CQ. I'll usually scan up and down the band, and I'll find somebody else that's running the list, and I'll just get between somebody somewhere there and make it in. Sometimes you got to wait a little bit. There may be 10 people waiting to get to the guy, whoever he is, but it works out pretty good for me. I said, now here lately, are you familiar with 17 meters very well? There's a group gets on there every day around lunchtime on 18157.5. They've got a little group on there that they check in and calls from all over the country. And then you get on there and you say your call sign, and then just see how many people and where at that they hear you.
Yeah, I've heard of those guys, Charles. I checked in with them. Sometimes they'll move to a different band too, I believe. Those are the same guys. They were moving. There was a group that was doing 10, 12, 17, going up through checking propagation. But it's been a while since I checked in. But I'll listen in. And if I get the time, maybe I'll throw my call sign out with yours to see if you're listening.
Yes, I have once or twice. I heard them up on, I think, 12. They move, about an hour and a half on each band, then they'll move to another one. And they're just mostly trying to see what conditions are like and, who's getting to who all across the country. And it works pretty well for most people. A lot of them are regulars that get on every day. All righty, we'll get off here and be a listener there. Maybe somebody else wants to get in. I always try to make it every Sunday morning that I'm here. So we'll be listening. Catch you later. KC4ZX.
Okay, Charles, thank you for taking time out of your day to check in. It's always good talking to you, and I'll be listening. If I hear those guys, I'll try to check in too, and plus I'll throw out a CQ trying to see if I can get a hold of you if you're listening. Maybe we can have a Q on each. That'd be great. You have a great day, great rest of your week, and it's glad to hear from you. I know you're pretty regular, checking in every week, and we really appreciate that. All right, Charles, this is the bottom of my list. Is there anybody else who wants to get checked in? Please come on with the call sign twice, slowly, phonetically, and your location, please.
Mike Zero Oscar, Mike Tango, M0MT.
Okay, and that recognizes M0OMT. Stu, how you doing today, Stu?
Yeah, M0MT. Cut your ribbons, Scott. Cut your ribbons off all the thorn bushes. I've been busy in the garden for 2 full days and a half a day on Friday before it got dark, making room for my new shack. So send you a couple of videos. That's where it's going to sit, facing the house, so it's going to look pretty in the back of the garden, other than an eyesore. But yeah, I played around with DMR. I remember having an MD 380, I think it was. Played around with it for about a week. I couldn't be bothered with cord plugs and things like that. I mean, they do work good. If you stick at them and you get your own little DMR hotspot, which you can pick up quite cheap now, they are good. I'm not knocking them. Once you've made your own channel on your DMR, you're sorted. But the other cord plugs, they were rubbish. I'm so glad it wasn't away to the radio and it had analog in. I've been analog all my life. W1SBW-SCOTT.
Yeah, the DMR stuff, like I was just talking to Charles, it's some of that stuff is tough to program. Yeah, I did see the videos. You're going to have a nice setup there when you get ready. When you get in there, there won't be nobody to bother you. You can just pop in there, turn things on, and go. Instead of, like you were saying, having a 20-minute, 30-minute setup time. You're going to really enjoy that, I'm sure. Did you get most of it done for today, or?
Yeah, well, I've still got an hour of light, so I'm still going to be out there scraping away at the top with the shovel and the rake, just so he's not kneeling all the branches. I'll just cut down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 trees, 10 trees in the garden. I made another 20 foot easy, 20 foot by 18 foot the space. Jacqueline hasn't been out there. God forbid if she does, she'll be like, "What you done, me garden?"
Yeah, it's going to be well worth it, that's for sure. Has the weather been cooperating for you?
I'm an outside guy anyway. I work outside. Being on the trucks, all my delivery points and everything. I'm never under a canopy. It's always site work. So I'm used to working out in the cold. It didn't really bother us.
All righty. Well, you have, hopefully you get everything straightened out. I think you said it was coming on the 21st.
Yeah, next weekend. So we go away for my son's 18th birthday. He's 18 next weekend. We go away for that. So we'll not be here. They'll get started. By the time we get back, it'll all be built.
Wow, that'd be fantastic. I'm happy for you. You get that all set up and get all your gear in there and things. That'll be great. All right, my friend, I'm going to let you go. Move on to see if there's anybody else that wants to get checked in. Thank you for everything you do on that side. Your TikTok ads, those are fantastic. Great job there. And all the other ads that you usually put up. But some of the TikTok ones are pretty fantastic. I'll send it back to you for one more quick one, and I'll let you go.
Yeah, 01. Yeah, I tried to put a little bit of humor in with one of them. I don't know if you noticed. Bit of reverse psychology. But it grabs people's attention. So it's the work. And I am listening to see if we've got any more check-ins. So, and I'm watching the screen. I am live streaming it on TikTok as well. So, yeah, let's hope it's a success. I mean, the numbers aren't fantastic. We've only been doing it a couple of weeks. We both don't have that many followers, but we can pick them numbers up very easily, I'm sure. M0O-N-T.
Yeah, okay, Stu. Yep. Thanks for doing that. That's pretty interesting. Like I say, I like some of those ads. All right, you have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you again soon. We're going to move along. That's the bottom of my list. Is there anybody else who wants to get checked in? Please come now with your call sign, twice, slowly, phonetically, and your location, please.
82 TXD, Kilo Delta 2 Tango X-Ray Delta, Patty from Stortsville, New Jersey. Would like to check into the net.
Net recognizes KD2, TXD. Patty, how you doing, Patty?
Pretty good today, just hanging out sewing, staying indoors. It looks terrible out. How are you guys doing today?
Well, we're doing about the same thing. It's raining and snowing and freezing up here. We're just hoping we don't get enough on the trees so the power goes out. You guys getting rain or snow down there?
TXD, we have snow on the ground, rain, and high winds coming later, so I'm sewing now before I lose power and have to figure out a generator.
Well, hopefully you don't lose power, Patty. Hopefully, we're supposed to get some high winds too, so, but hopefully you don't have to fool around with that. That's not always the best of things. We talked to Eric earlier down in Florida. I don't know, he's probably got better weather than we do. Go ahead.
Better weather. Hope you're doing directions for the generator. At work, it's like automatically goes on, which is beautiful. Here, you got to kind of plug something in and do a bunch of stuff I don't usually ever have to do. It'll be a challenge, but he'll help me get it running, and I'll be able to keep sewing and listen to the radio. KD2TXD.
Okay, Patty, thank you for taking time out of your day. Good luck. Hopefully the power don't go out and you don't have to fool with that stuff. That'll be a good thing. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again soon. That's the bottom of my list. Is anybody else who want to get checked into the Worldwide Radio Amateur Radio Network net? Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. All righty, this is W1SBW taking check-ins for the Worldwide Rag Crew Amateur Radio Network net. Is there anybody else out there who wants to get checked in? Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. All right, net recognizes 2E0 EVP. Martin, how you doing today, Martin? Yeah, doing pretty good here, Martin. We're getting a little bit of snow. We probably got, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches on the ground, and we're getting some more today with a little bit of freezing rain. Hopefully we don't get too much freezing rain, but it is what it is. It's the middle of winter here. That's how old Mother Nature takes care of us here. But hopefully you can get that Facebook thing figured out. Now, I don't know if you heard the question or not, but we were talking about digital applications like DMR, Fusion, P25, M17, D-Star. Have you used any of those? Yeah, it's called P25. P25. I've used it off the DV Switch platform. I don't have anything, a radio or anything for it, but I've used it off a DV Switch. I think Frank said earlier, out of all of them, I think I like the audio from the System Fusion part of it, and that's out of all of them. I think I can make that out better. I've used M17 too, but System Fusion to me works the better audio. All right, thanks for participating. I'll let you get back to trying to figure out your Facebook. Good luck with that, and hopefully you didn't screw something up while you fell asleep. Have a great day, great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again soon. And thank you for everything you're doing on that end of it to keep everything live streaming and connected up. We very much appreciate it. All right, Martin, have a great day. All right, Martin's at the bottom of the list. Is there anybody else who wants to get checked in? Please come now. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey Net Control for this session of the Worldwide Rag 2 Amateur Radio Net. Taking check-ins. Please come with your call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. Alrighty, we're going to put a last call for check-ins to the Worldwide Rag 2 Amateur Radio Net. Please come now. Just call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody that checked in. We had 10 check-ins with 11 counting myself. Great discussion over digital stuff. And can't wait to talk to you again over something else. This will be W1SBW. It'll be clear. Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey will be clear than them. Have a great day, everybody.